Yehovah Shalom. Yehovah is peace. Yehovah Elohi, Yehovah Shalom. Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Please fill me and lead me and cover me and stir me and speak through me with your Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness and humility to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. We'll start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts and mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Hand, behold, nail, behold. Ezra, chapter 8. These are the heads of their fathers' clans, and this is the genealogy of those who went with me from Baval during the reign of Artakshashta the king. Of the descendants of Pinchas, Gershom. Of the descendants of Itamar, Daniel. Of the descendants of David, Hattush. Of the descendants of Shashkanya. Of the descendants of Parosh, Zechariah. And with him 150 male officially registered. Of the descendants of Pakat Moab, Elihoanai, the son of Zechariah, and with him 200 males. The descendants of Shechaniah, the son of Asiel, and with him 300 males. And the descendants of Adin, Eved, the son of Yonatan, and with him 50 males. And the descendants of Elam, Yeshaya, the son of Ataliah, and with him 70 males. And when the descendants of Shaphtiah, Zevadiah, the son of Machael, and with him 80 males. And the descendants of Yoav, Obadiah, the son of Yachael, and with him 218 males. And the descendants of Shlomit, the son of Yosiphia, and with him 160 males. And the descendants of Bivai, Zechariah, the son of Bivai, and with him 28 males. The descendants of Azgad, Yonakan, the son of Ha-Katan, and with him 110 males. And the descendants of Odanakam, the younger ones, whose name were Eliphelet, Yi'ael, and Shemaiah, and with him 60 males. And the descendants of Bigvai, Utai, and Zechur, with him 70 males. I assembled them by the river that runs to Ahava, and we camped there 3 days. I reviewed the people and the Kohanim, but found no Levi'im there. So I sent for Eliezer, Ariel, Shemaiah, Elnatan, Yariv, Elnatan, Natan, Zechariah, and Mushalam, who were leaders, and also for Yariv and Elnatan, who were men of discernment. I gave them instructions for Edo, and the leading men in a place called Kasifia, and told them what to do in Edo and his brother, who were in charge of Kasifia, so that they would bring us men to minister in the house of our God. Since the good hand of our God was on us, they brought us Ish Shechel from the descendants of Machli, the son of Levi, the son of Israel, Shereviah, with 18 of his sons and kinsmen, Hashaviah, with Yeshaya, from the descendants of Mariari, the 20 of the kinsmen and their sons, and from the temple servants whom David and the priests had assigned to serve the Levi'im, 200 temple servants, all recorded by name. Then, there at the Ahava river, I proclaimed a fast, so that we could humble ourselves before our God, and ask a safe journey of him for ourselves, our little ones, and all our possessions, for I would have been ashamed to ask the king for a detachment of soldiers and horsemen to protect us from enemies along the road, since we had said to the king, the hand of our God is on all who seek him for good, but his power and fury is against all who abandon him. So we fasted and asked our God for this, and he answered our prayer. Then I separated 12 of the chief Kohanim, along with the Sherebiah, Hashabiah, and 10 of their kinsmen. I weighed out to them Aleph Tav, the silver, the gold, the utensils for the house of our God, contributed by the king, his counselors, his princes, and all Israel present there. I weighed out and handed over to them 21.5 tons of silver, 3 1/3 tons of silver articles, 3 1/3 tons of gold, 20 gold bowls weighing 21 pounds, and 2 vessels of fine burnished bronze, as precious as gold. Then I told them, you are consecrated to Yehovah. The articles are holy, and the silver and gold are a voluntary offering for Yehovah, the God of our ancestors. Guard them carefully until you weigh them before the chief Kohanim and the Levi'im, the leaders in the fathers' clans in Jerusalem, in the rooms of the house of Yehovah. So the Kohanim and the Levi'im received the consignment of silver and gold and the articles to bring to Jerusalem, to the house of our God. On the 12th day of the first month, we left the Ahava River to go to Jerusalem. The hand of our God was on us, and he protected us from enemies and surprise attacks along the road. In time, we arrived at Jerusalem, where we were rested for 3 days. On the 4th day, the silver, gold articles were weighed in the house of our God and handed over Marimot, the son of Uriah, the Kohen. With him was Eleazar, the son of Pinchas, and with them were Yozavad, the son of Yeshua, and Noadiah, the son of Binnui, who were Levi'im. The entire consignment was numbered and weighed, and at the same time the total weight was recorded. The exiles who had returned from captivity offered burnt offerings to the God of Israel, 12 young bulls for all Israel, 96 rams, 77 lambs, 12 male goats as a sin offering. All this was a burnt offering for Yehovah. They also delivered the king's Aleph Tav orders to the king's viceroys, to the governors beyond the Euphrates River. These gave their support to Aleph Tav, the people, and to the house of God. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading this fascinating 8th chapter of Ezra? We can love Yehovah by seeking his protection rather than relying on earthly power. Love Yehovah by fasting and humbling yourselves before his presence. Love Yehovah by trusting his guidance for the journey ahead. How can we love our neighbors as we love ourselves and as Yeshua loves us? By encouraging others to place their confidence in Yehovah's care instead of human strength or military force. How can we bear one another's burdens today? By joining with others in fasting, prayer, and mutual dependence on Yehovah's faithful hand of protection. What are the top 3 fruits of the Spirit found? 1. Faith. They trusted Yehovah instead of asking the king for soldiers. 2. Humility. They fasted and confessed their dependence on him. 3. Peace. Shalom. His hand of protection gave them safe passage with joy. What is the Hebrew word that encapsulates this chapter? Zom, fast. Verse 23. So we fasted and sought our God concerning this, and he responded to our plea. How can we find Yeshua in the scriptures? Yeshua fasted in the wilderness, showing perfect dependence on the Father. Just as Yehovah's hand was upon Ezra's group, so Yeshua secures safe passage for his disciples. The entrusted vessels reflect the purity and holiness fulfilled in Messiah. Mitzvah response, Torah-based, mitzvah. Leviticus 23, verse 27. You shall afflict your souls Day of Atonement fasting. A response might look like this: I will humble myself before Yehovah through fasting, seeking His direction and covering. Hebrew declaration: Tzad, Yad, Yehovah, al ha-derekh, Shemor et amo. The hand of Yehovah is upon the way to guard His people. We'll end with the Aaronic blessing using the name. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and He will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of His being toward you, bringing order, and He'll provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of His being and look upon you, set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Shalom, shalom.